Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Coach Lorianne. Our goal here at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, ignite, educate, and empower you to fulfill a healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life so you can feel empowered to live the life you have always wanted and dreamed. Welcome to the show. I hope you are having a beautiful, blissful day. Today on our show is my friend Cristina Davison. Cristina is known as the Razzle Dazzle Lifestylist. She is a spiritual thought leader, and so much she is an entrepreneur, a speaker, an author, a lifestyle coach. Cristina gifts lies in her ability to bridge two worlds between the secular and the non-secular to extract the gems of wisdom, taking her audiences on an experiential journey to reclaim their sovereign king and queen. Through a process called Vision Mapping Cristina creates a safe space for you to explore your goals, and we're going to do that today. Explore your goals, your dreams, and all you desire. She teaches you how to incorporate the ancient art of Feng Shui in your vision mapping to create an in-depth relationship with yourself and connection to all that you desire. Each map is so unique as the symbols you choose become anchors in your mind. Clients feel the shift in alignment and an energy making real and meaningful progress that continues each day. Welcome to the show, Cristina.
Well, thank you, Lorianne. It's such a pleasure to be here. I am so thrilled to be able to present this concept to your audience today.
So and so am I. I'm so thrilled because I love this. So what does it mean to Feng Shui your vision map or board?
That's a great question. Let's start with a bit of history. So Feng Shui was developed more than 4,000 years ago in China. And it really comes from the Taoist understanding that there is a qi, an energy in everything around us, in every object. And so that's really the foundation of Feng Shui. And I came up with the idea of mapping this because our mind sees in pictures. And so I really wanted to give our vision map a new dimension, something that they could dive into deeper and really become one with their heart's desires. Because it's really a journey, and it's an emotional journey. To really, get in touch with what we really desire. So that's a little bit about Feng Shui, your vision board. And it comes from the principle of the Baqua. And the Baqua is broken into 9 categories. And so what this does is it breaks down our relationships, our fame and reputation, our wealth and abundance, children and family, creativity, our health, family and new beginnings, knowledge and spirituality, our career, and travel. And that can include helpful people that we find along the way. And so we've got these 9 squares, and think of it as a blueprint. And so each one of these squares on this board, on this map, has a color to it. It has a frequency to it. It has a direction to it. And so we're collecting things and positioning things in an order on a like what you would call a game board maybe, but it's a Baqua board.
Yeah. So how does this differ than a vision board?
Well, how it's different than a vision board is that, people are just placing items on a what should I say, on a poster board, right? And they're just posting ideas, things that they would like to do in their life, and it's all in pictures, right? And so what I do is with the Baqua, it's actually, I do a 3D board. And one of the principles that I really like to incorporate it is that for every square, they're picking out a symbol, something that relates to, and I'm going to give you an example. So to bring this concrete.
It kind
So
of, for me, it sounds like vision board meets scrapbooking because it's
yes,
dimensional.
exactly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Got it.
yes, that's it. So for instance, my square for wealth and abundance. So, you know, I had to be with it for a while and really think to myself, what does wealth and abundance really mean to me? Right?
Oh, you said something really yummy. I just need to stop you there. What it means to you is wealth and abundance mean and success is only meaningful to you, and everybody's meaning is going to be different. So what one person's wealth is and abundance is and success is another person's no, that's not what I want. So I really want everyone who's listening to remember that it's what you want. It's coming from a place of what you want. So continue. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to underline that point.
Yes, and I'm so glad you did, Lorianne, because that is so true and so very important. That's why each one of these Baqua vision maps is so unique because for me, I'm just going to give you one of my symbols. Is I have a little charm of a violet because I have a tower of violets in my kitchen. And so the violets for me are very easy to grow. You cut a leaf, you propagate it, and two or three more come up, and they're constantly in bloom. And so I had a personal relationship with my symbol of wealth. I knew that it was easy. I knew that it was beautiful. I know that it propagates so quickly, and I can give it generously, and I'll always have more of them. So that was my chosen
I
symbol.
love that.
Right?
And violets, by the way, are not easy to grow for everyone. I know that because my grandfather used to be able to do it, and my mother would be able to just take the plant and make it not really last. But I love that you have that visual, and that's meaningful for you. You know, having
Right.
violet, using that violet to make it easy, beautiful, and propagate abundantly and quickly. So I love that. And by the way, if you can grow violets, please send some to me because I think they're gorgeous. I think they're beautiful. But yeah, I love that analogy. So each of the blocks now spell Baqua so people can do a little research.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Sure. So Baqua is Baqua.
Baqua. Okay. So now when you're doing the nine squares, is there a specific color for a specific category?
Yes, and I would love to give you the colors and just give you the elements that I put toward each one of the colors.
Love it. Go ahead.
So wealth and abundance, the color is purple. The element is wood.
Now, why wood?
That's just part of the Chinese, part of the elements for the Chinese.
Yeah, and I think there's five elements in the Chinese spirituality. So those five elements are like wood, and yes, and they incorporate this in there. Okay,
Yes,
so the wealth abundance square block would be the color purple, and we want an element of wood in there.
that's right. And they give each square has its own particular shape. So for wealth and abundance, the shape is vertical, so it's going up. Okay, and there are two other elements that I added to this Baqua map that I think are very important. One is to add energy and frequency is a particular oil and music.
Oh, yes, I love both. That's great.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so because every essential oil has a frequency to it, and there are 9 solfeggio uh, hertz of music. And so there, you layer these in, and you're just bringing energy and frequency into what you're looking to create. And I
Yeah,
think
you're
it's so
amplifying your manifesting by doing that, because one of the things about manifesting is you have to use your senses. And that's the like little secret that nobody really shares. You and I are sharing it because we want
yes,
everybody to manifest their abundance. And it's real important to have that energetic attachment to it. And music is it sets off a bunch of different senses, as does the sense of smell.
yes. So if we go back to the wealth and abundance square, what I chose is so acceptance and abundance are great essential oils to raise that frequency. And then also, what they're doing now is they're compiling two of these solfeggios together. So you can choose to do 396 hertz or 888 plus 396. So
So how does this work? So can I choose any essential oils, or these are the ones you use and you recommend, or we really should use these two, acceptance and abundance?
these are the ones that I highly recommend.
Because of
With
their
any,
vibrational quality, because each essential oil vibrates at a certain level. So that's putting it
right,
at the hertz that you're talking about. So now I'm
right,
listening to the music, and I can never say that name, but I'm listening to the hertz music at 886. You say 886 and 396?
888 and
888. And you say do
390.
it at the same time. You mean listen to one and then listen to another? Because having those two things at the same time would probably make me batty.
Well, what they're doing studies now, Lorianne, is there were nine solfeggio pieces of music, but what they're starting to do is they're starting to incorporate two of them or even three of them at the same time, and it's really making an impact on people. And so,
So
yes, you
they
can.
balance it so it's musically
Yes,
not, yeah, because if I have two pieces of music going on at the same time, I'm a musician, I'm like, no, I can't function. But they're integrating the different vibrations.
yes, they are
So cool.
exactly.
By the way, for our listeners, you can find those on Spotify, and you can find them on YouTube. So it's easily discovered. So 396 hertz and 888 hertz for wealth and abundance. Element is wood. The color is purple. The shape is vertical. And we want to add another layer. I like calling them layers of essential oils, which is abundance and acceptance, because those have those vibrational layers as well.
Yes. And then the last thing I would incorporate is what I did is I made my own affirmation for every square. And I think it's so important. It can be something very simple, very easy, maybe even have a melody to it or a rhyme or like a sing song that's easy for you to just feel it. And I think it's important that you have that in the back of your mind, and just have that affirmation for every single one. I know this takes a little bit of time, but what happens, Lorianne, is that your board really in itself becomes a prayer. And the more time and attention that you put into it, the more reverence that you give it, the more details that you put into it, and the feeling that you connect to your board. And that's you're just raising the frequency of really what you're wanting, and you become the magnet. And it just draws it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. And going through it mindfully, it provides you with clarity, and it also provides universe, God, source, however you refer to your higher power, with direction of exactly what you want. So while you're going through it, and do you recommend, because I'm envisioning myself spending time on one block and then time on another block, not just putting it all together.
So that it's a really interesting premise, is that what I did is I put the specific color what I did an 18 by 18 board, and then I cut each square out 6 by 6 inches. And so I laid them all out on the board, and then I started to design them one at a time. And, you know, it was very interesting. As I was finishing one of them, I got to a place where I said, inside, when you get that eternal yes, I love it. It just was a holy yes for me. And so then I would move on to the other square. Now, sometimes you have to lay them all out and say, oh, I might put this here and this there, and just kind of collect some pictures, but kind of put them, lay them out on your board. And so, and then as you're finishing collecting all the pieces, then go and do each square. So it is a process, and it might take a little more time, but you know what's interesting is that as you really get into this, if you notice and you go into your little drawers or the little things that you collect along the way and you don't really know why, that you have all of these bits and pieces all around you. And it's almost like you're collecting them and you're bringing them and you're giving them a home to speak in. And what I did in every square, Lorianne, was I made little pockets, or I put little envelopes, because this is actually a living, breathing document that, you know, as our mind is continually being, as we go about our daily life, oh, that represents wealth to me. And you can add it and put it in the pocket, right?
Love the pockets. Yes. That's
or
so
just
great.
attach a little envelope, and then you can collect and put things there. And what the beautiful thing is that, you know, if you take a picture and it's not exactly what you want, you give yourself the space to, you know, as you see something that you do really like, you can always put that picture on top of the previous picture.
Sure.
So I go back to, it's really a living, breathing document.
I love it. Let's do what I call the center square, health and center, right?
Yes. So I love that is actually in the center of the map, right? So for this particular health is, it can be a yellow, a gold, or an orange color.
Okay. And the element?
And the element is earth.
And the shape?
The shape is horizontal.
And the essential oils?
Are harmony and present time. Either one of those would do well.
And the hertz?
The hertz is 528. And what I love about 528 is that it's actually repairing and healing your DNA.
Yeah, that one I listen to every night, 528. Well, I go to sleep. I go to sleep.
Yes.
And it's addictive. You can't not go to sleep without it after you start doing it. It became a habit of mine. So I love that. And again, what would your symbol be for this one? What was your health and center?
So my symbol was a butterfly. So I really,
Which is my symbol all the time.
Oh, okay.
You'll see it in all of my logos. Is always a butterfly.
I
A monarch.
I know that. Yes, a monarch butterfly.
Always.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous.
Always. I love that. What's the reason for you?
So, you know, when I pray, I always ask God that He would open my heart. So to plant things, to grow things, and to weed out things that no longer serve me. And so with the butterfly, it's all about being in that cocoon and emerging as this new transformation. And we get to do that every single morning of our lives.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's an opportunity to be a new butterfly, a new creation every morning. And so that's why I chose the butterfly.
Yeah, butterflies mean transformation, right? And that's why I have that symbol in everything. It's about transforming, becoming the best version of yourself and going through the transformation. And even doing this Feng Shui Vision Board is a it's transformative in it itself in the process. And I love process, that is what's going to take us to the next step. And we need to take a pause and slow down and really think about it. Think about what we really want. When was the last time you were asked, what do you want? And I'm going to ask everybody that I meet, what do you want? Because a lot of people get stuck. They're like, what? What now? What are you asking me? Because we're so used to helping other people with what they want, right? And seeing
Right.
what other people want, but we don't think about what we really want. Sans everybody else in our life. As much as we love them, what do we want as an individual? But we're going to take a short break. You're listening to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne, and we're here with Cristina, and we are on JVC Broadcasting and iHeartRadio. We're going to take a short break. Be right back. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I am Coach Lorianne. And if you would like to be a guest, lift up your business, product, or not-for-profit, or if you have a question or comment, email us at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. That's healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. Now, we're here today with Cristina Davison. She is giving us a beautiful lesson in Feng Shui visioning mapping. And I love this. This is so good. Before earlier, we said it was vision board meets scrapbooking. And I think that's great. I'm going to be able to take all my scrapbooking out and stuff like that. But let's continue with the different blocks. So we've covered wealth and prosperity. We've covered health, which is obviously the center of the board, because when we have our health, everything else works, right? So we always need to be focused on that. Let's go to knowledge and self-cultivation.
Sure. And Lorianne, what I'd love to tell your audience too is, you posed a great practice for everyone to ask themselves, what do you want? And sometimes I really like to just sit with myself and ask myself, what would I love?
Yeah.
What do I want versus what would I love? Because I think, as I know, a lot of times we tend to settle. And, there's this whole process about going 7 layers deep is to really go, what would I love? It's not what do you want? Sometimes we have to ask ourselves like 10 times, what do you want? Because we're really looking for, what would I love?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the what do I want gets you to what you would love, because as you're going through it, you really, I'd love to do this. I'd love to, because when I do the what do you want exercise, people would say, oh, I would love to own a boat, or I would love to go to Italy, or I would love to, have 20 raving fan clients this year added to my roster. I would love to build my community. You use that languaging and when you do the what do you want. But the first question is to understand what you want. Because here's the thing, and we've spoken about this before, but I love bringing it up because the truth is that we don't know what we want until we know what we don't want. So we have to start from the knowing what we don't want. And how do you learn that? Experiencing it, trying it, going out and being it, going out and doing it. So that helps us really get to it, or being mindful and sitting quietly and asking ourselves, what would make us really happy? What do we love? What do we want to do? What's going to just make us so excited? It's almost like if like Christmas or Hanukkah, you get all excited because you're going to spend time with people. And are you getting that feeling, that excitement before something big is happening? That's the excitement. I'm goosebumps right now, head to toe, because that's the excitement we want to get when we're thinking about what we want, what we would love to do, what would make us the best version of ourselves. How are we going to show up? And that's why the 9 areas are so important to really take notice of it, because sometimes we don't, especially our health. We take that for granted. And until we're sick, and then it's like, so I love that you said that. What do we love? It's really, really good. I'm going to modify my question asking, but I know that people always respond that way. So thank you for that. So let's go back to the blocks, knowledge and self-cultivation. Let's go through what the element is for that.
Okay, so the element is earth.
Earth as
As
well.
a,
And the shape?
yep. And the shape is horizontal.
And the
And the
color.
color is blue.
Ooh, pretty.
Yes.
And the essential oils.
The essential oils I have for that one are humility
Mm.
and the three wise men.
Ooh, nice one.
Yeah.
And then
So
go ahead.
knowledge and spirituality is that we really need to humble ourselves and open our hearts and to be able to receive that knowledge, right? And because spirituality, we really, at the heart of it, we really want the wisdom. We want to grow in our wisdom. And so for the music, I have 963.
963 hertz.
Yes.
Love it. And then what's your trinket?
And so my symbol for knowledge and spirituality was a scroll. And the reason I chose a scroll is because Ogmandino's book, The Greatest Salesman in the World,
Sure.
he talks about the scrolls, right? And so that book is and the scroll is such an anchor to me, is that you're uncovering and you're really participating in each one of the scrolls. And it's also biblical reference for me as well, right? It's about the living a holy life and the commandments and being virtuous.
Yes, yes, yes. So you call this section knowledge and spirituality.
Yes.
Gotcha, gotcha. How about health and ancestors?
So family and new beginnings.
Okay.
Okay, so family and new beginnings. Okay, so that your element is going to be wood. And the color of this square is green. And the shape is vertical. And the essential oils that I chose for this particular square are unity and into the future. Unity because we all want loving relationships. We all want a united family. And so and everything that we're doing together, and it's a plan for the future, right? So those were the reasons for my two oils.
Yep.
And the frequency of music is 852.
852?
852.
Okay. And then your symbol.
My symbol that I chose was a feather. And the reason I chose a feather, I just love the nest. Nests represent family and home to me. It's and feathers are, you have the soft feathers underneath, and then you have the mature feathers as a bird grows older, right? And so it's this constant refreshment, renewing of the new and just maturing into these gorgeous long feathers, right? To keep you warm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Beautiful picture, right? That you get when you say that. I love that. Imagery is beautiful. And anybody can pick any symbol that's meaningful for them for each of these.
Any symbol that they want. That and Lorianne, that's what makes it so special and unique. It has to speak to you. It has to speak to your heart. And it can't just be some random thing. It just really has to speak beyond what it is, right? So pick something that that really holds dear to you.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now you've referred to this mapping as like the first level. What do you mean when you say that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question, because what is really neat is once you understand this concept. So let's go back. Let's start with the relationship square. So let's say I really want to focus in on a relationship, and that's on my Baqua map already, right? But you're looking at it from a 1,000-foot view. Now we're going to dive in deep, and we're going to start another board, and all 9 sections are going to be about a relationship. But here's the interesting point, is that each square is going to represent the same thing. So it's a blueprint. So let's say you're wanting this relationship. What does that relationship look like? What are you creating together? What is, does that include children? What are you building together? So that would go into your creativity box. You know, what are you're traveling together. What does that look like in a relationship? A healthy relationship. What are you doing health-wise in that relationship? Career-wise, you know, how do you incorporate each other in each other's career? How do you support one another? Knowledge and spirituality. How are you growing more spiritual together? Are you doing, you know, are you doing courses together? You know, family, what does that look like? What does your wealth look like as a couple? So you're taking the same concept, the same blueprint, but now from a 1,000-foot view, Lorianne, you're coming in and you're looking at it like from a 300-foot view.
Yeah, I call it getting into the weeds.
Yes, yes. So this takes some real thought and designing what that relationship really looks like and feels like for you. And it's funny, when I first started it, it took me a week longer to do this particular board, because I thought, okay, you know, what are we doing? You know, what are we doing wealth-wise together, right? So I just really had to sit with myself and say, what does that look like? You know, where I know what the overarching theme of what I want in a relationship, but how do I incorporate that into those 9 squares was another story.
Yeah, well,
And
because
so,
again, we're getting very specific. We're really diving deep. We're getting into the weeds. We're really getting into details, and the details matter. And the more specific we can get, the faster we can manifest it, because we're really thinking about it. We're visualizing it. We're seeing it. We're feeling it, and how it makes us feel. And so when you put all that yumminess together, it really works. So I would imagine that takes a long time. I remember I did a letter version of that, of what, you know, my perfect partner would look like, and writing just down the things that I would want to do together, and what kind of human he would be, and all those wonderful other elements. And don't you know, I put the letter away, and I went back after I ended up meeting my partner, who's I've been with for 5 years now, 5+ years. And I read it back, and I'm like, oh, yes, 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 with no intention. You know, I wasn't going out going, oh, yep, no, you don't have that, so you're no good, you don't work. I just wrote out what I was looking for, and he got delivered to me specifically. So with this board, you're really diving into those details, and the more specific, the quicker we manifest. So I love it. I love it. It's just talking about it makes me feel good, you know?
So another thing that I think is so beautiful too, and what you described is about writing your declaration letter, is putting those envelopes or pockets onto your squares, and putting your declaration letter there, tucking it away. It's like you're actually creating a home for your dreams and desires. And I think that's what's so juicy about this as well.
Yeah, yeah, that encompass with your affirmations. Don't forget affirmations for each of the blocks as
Yeah.
well. So let's jump into relationship. Let's talk about, you know, what does that look like?
Well, relationships are, the element is earth. The color is pink. The shape is horizontal. And the oils that I chose for relationships are joy, acceptance, and sensation.
Nice.
Mm.
I love
And
joy.
the,
It's my favorite.
yes, we'll, put some of that on your heart and open your heart, right, to all the possibilities. And the music that I chose for relationships is 639 hertz.
Okay. And your
And,
symbol?
and my symbol that I chose, I collect hearts in wood and just all certain
You.
things, but ah!
Matter of fact, I have like what you have behind you in heart shapes. There's a sprig behind you, and it reminds me of my heart-shaped Valentine's tree that I have. So yes, but I have
Ah,
hearts and everything. It's crazy since I was
I,
little.
I well, on a little heart, on a little red heart pillow, I put a ring, because that for me symbolizes commitment. It symbolizes everything that I want in a
Oh,
relationship, right?
yeah,
So,
beautiful,
so
beautiful. Okay, next section. It's career and life path.
career and life path. So this is it's interesting. This is placed on the very bottom in the middle of your board. And it's really like the doorway of the board, right? And so the element on this one is water.
Hmm.
The color is black or a very, very dark blue. And the shape is wavy or curvy.
Okay.
And the oils that I chose for this particular section are abundance and magnify your purpose.
Lovely. Also good ones. Also good ones. And the hurts?
And the hurt for this one is I chose it, you can, there's, let's see, the best one probably for this one would be 741, I think, or 417. Let me change that to 417. That really facilitates change. And I think facilitating change comes with the waves, right? As we ride the waves in our life. So yes, 417 on that one.
Excellent. Fame and reputation. Is that what you call the next block?
That block, yes, fame and reputation. So the element of that one is fire.
Hmm.
The color is red.
Makes sense.
And the shape is triangular. So it's the only square on the board that has a triangular shape.
Okay.
And the oils that I chose for this one is Light Your Fire. And also you could use Magnify Your Purpose. Or cinnamon. Cinnamon. Cinnamon, when you're talking about lighting your fire, cinnamon gets you hot, gets you going, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you want that heat.
Yeah, love it. Oh my goodness. You know what? I didn't ask you. What was your symbol for career and life path?
So my symbol for career and life path is I actually put a picture of myself saying the Razzle Dazzle Lifestylist, and I had a book there. And so it allows me to put pictures in that book of things that I create and things that I manifest. So it's actually an open book ready to receive.
Nice. Love it. And then fame and reputation, what's your symbol for that?
So my thing for my symbol for fame and reputation was, I had two symbols on this one. And this one was some books, because I'd love to write a book. And the other one was a seal, a stamped seal with my name on it. And so what that meant to me is that I am creating something of beauty that has my own signature style to it. And it's timeless.
Love it.
That's why I chose that.
Yeah, timeless. And the hertz.
The hertz for fame and reputation, at 741, because this awakens your intuition. This is about your throat, being able to communicate who you are, bridging a bridge from yourself to the world.
Excellent. Now we have four more locations, or four more areas. We have no, three more. We have love and marriage, children and creativity, and travels.
So we have travel and we have children and creativity. Those are the two that we have left.
Okay. We don't have helpful people in travels? Oh no, travels and children and creativity. We did love and marriage?
We did relationships.
Okay.
That comes under relationships, and then family and new beginnings was a separate one.
Gotcha. Okay. So children and creativity, real quick.
Sure. So the element for this one is metal.
Mm-hmm.
The color is white.
Mm-hmm.
The shape is round.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose inner child or divine destiny for the oils for this one. And I chose 741 a frequency, because you're in creative energy. And so you really want to attract and open that creativity channel.
Excellent. And then travel.
And then travel. The color is gray. The element is metal. The shape is round. And the oils that I chose for this one are gather and magnify your purpose.
And the hertz?
And the hertz, I would choose 285, just the healing energy. Because when you travel, you're just opening yourself up to the world.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, so good. Last thoughts. Give a takeaway. I love giving takeaways. An action item somebody to take right now to start this process.
Well, first, the thing that I would do first to start this process is to just go around and go in your drawers, into your office, and all these little drawers that you have around, and all these trinkets that you've collected, even like movie tickets or things that you've already collected, and just start gathering all of that kind of stuff with the idea of creating your board. And the takeaway, Lorianne, is that there is so much more to creating a vision board, and you can do it in an orderly way and give your mind tools and techniques to really raise the frequency.
And focus. Yes. You can reach Cristina at rdazzle.com. All the information to contact her will be with this episode. I really appreciate you being here. I adore you. You're great. Love to have you back so much. Thank you all for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle with Lorianne. I hope we have earned the privilege of your time. Again, I want to thank our guest, Cristina. You're amazing. Look for our show next Saturday at 3 p.m. We can be found on all major platforms, and we would be so grateful if you please like, follow, share, and subscribe. Until next time, I am Coach Lorianne. Play a higher role, serve a higher purpose, show for you, and show up big. Thank you so much, Cristina. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.